What up, everybody?
What's going on, everyone?
So my name is Mary.
I'm Joe.
And we are To Inspire Vlogs.
Yes, sir.
So if this is your guys' first time on this channel, then welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back.
Welcome back.
So today we're actually going to be talking to you guys about how to be money conscious. It's something that everyone needs to know how to do.
Yeah.
Everyone struggles with money, whether we like it or not, or whether we want to admit it or not. And sometimes we struggle with keeping track of our money as well.
Yeah. Money is so important, but back then, even in school, like they don't even teach you anything about it, really. But I did learn how to do algebra, so more useful in life. I've definitely have used that recently.
Did you? Did you really? Just a little backstory about us and our money debt problems. It was like a few years ago. We were in a lot of debt. It was before we purchased our home, our very first property. And Joe had student loan debt and credit card debt, and I myself had a lot of credit card debt. And it's hard. Once you dig yourself into that hole, it's definitely hard to get out. Everyone can agree with me, right? It's easier to spend money than make money. Due to the couple that we had met a few years ago, they taught us a lot about debt management and how to pay off our debt. And because of them, we've been utilizing that ever since, and we have been debt-free.
Once you start making more money, then you tend to match your lifestyle with it. But if you already have these foundations in place on how to save money, then you should be okay.
Yeah.
It's crazy because most of the people that won like the lotto and all that stuff, they ended up being broke like a few years after. So,
and it's just simply because they don't know how to manage their money.
Just a disclaimer, these are the things that we did that worked for us. I mean, there are definitely like millions of ways out there on how to be money conscious, right? So we're just saying that these are the things that work for us. So all you trolls out there, I'll see
if
you
it
in the
doesn't work for
comment
you,
section.
like, okay, that's fine. You can teach us your ways. Yeah, this is what works for us, and we're sharing it with you guys now. And it was shared with us from someone else, and it works for us. So whatever really works for you. First thing you want to do is acknowledge your spending.
Your spending habits.
Yes, spending habits and how much you spend on a monthly basis. So you want to write all of it down, split it up into two categories. The first half of the month and the second half of the month, and you want to list down like your rent or mortgage or your gas spendings or your utilities or any subscriptions you have, such as Netflix. Every little thing, you want to know where every last penny is going, because it's going to help you on your journey to get debt free.
It actually builds up, right? Like you're spending like $30 a month or $30 a day. It's actually equivalent to like 10 grand after 1 year, which is
crazy. Even like the small things, like your little Starbucks run or your little Tim Hortons run, like they're small, but it adds up. You know, just making yourself aware of like where your money is going in the beginning, and just being conscious about, you know, where you can make those changes is definitely life-changing for sure.
It's to an extent, right? Like if buying Starbucks makes you the happiest person in the world, well, go ahead, you know. But the thing is, like, it has to be reasonable. Okay, you like to go to Starbucks, or a cheaper alternative would be just buying like a pack of their coffee and then just brewing it yourself, you know, just little things like that, you know.
I mean, you can always treat yourself.
Yeah, you can always treat yourself from time to time, but you know,
don't make it excessive.
Yeah, you just gotta budget.
You always want to make sure you're spending less than you make. Because obviously if you're spending more than you make, then you're just putting yourself into more debt. So
it'll catch up to you.
Want to write down everything on paper so you can see it's laid out clearly for you. You also want to state your goals on paper as well. Like if you're saving up for a car, make sure you enter the exact amount that you want with the date, so you know you have a deadline and with a plan. You also want to write all of your credit card debt down or your student loan debt.
With tackling your debt, you can go either way. So you can tackle your smallest debt first. and then work your way up, because in that sense you're creating that snowball effect. You feel more accomplished with when you pay off one debt, so you're more encouraged to pay off the second one, and so on and so on. Or you can go the other way, or you can pay off just your biggest debt, because once you pay out that huge debt, and then you'll just be thinking like, oh man, like I've already paid that the biggest debt I have, then paying off these smaller debts would be like a piece of cake, right? So there's definitely those two ways to go about it. So.
I also want to build a emergency fund, because if an emergency comes in, you're not using your credit card as a source of emergency fund, because then you're going to build yourself into more debt. All your expenses for 1 month, you want to multiply it for 3 or 6 months to have, that's a sufficient amount of emergency fund to have.
Because you just don't know what's going to happen in life, right? There's going to be like big expense that's going to pop out of nowhere, and you know, at least with your emergency fund, like, you won't be like crippled if you had to pay like, I don't know, like a few $1,000s right off the bat, or like let's say even if you lost a job, right? So that's where I see where it brings the most value, because you're not gonna be as stressed because you have that emergency fund to rely on, you know. So you can take your time and find another job, or just another source of income, really. So,
and stress is not good for you, guys. Like, it's not good for your health.
But desserts, which is stress spelled backwards, is pretty dang
But it's
good.
also heart attack.
No.
But yeah, so yeah, you'll be less stressed, and like stress could create another problem for you because your health will start deteriorating, right? Like you could like get a heart attack or a stroke, and you don't want extra problems. So make sure you have those emergency funds in place. It's good to have like a separate account for savings too, because like savings is more for like pleasure, like vacation or a home that you want to buy, like a down payment. Or emergency fund is there for emergency, savings is there for saving. It really helps when you actually review your statements on a monthly basis. Like, I know when I look at the statements and I see like how much I spent, I'm just like, okay, like I need to start saving money. So the more aware you are, you'll discipline yourself more, because you know your goals now, and you know what you want in your life, and you know what you're trying to aim towards. So now you're gonna be like, okay, like do I want like a short-term fix, or do I want whatever I wanted long term?
Yeah, that's true. And yeah, if you don't see your statement, it's just out of sight, out of mind, right? You completely forget about it, and it's so much easier now to spend because you just tap and then that's it, right? So it's definitely easy to like lose track of your spending. So.
Yeah, it's so crazy too, because okay, so we recently just like looked at our credit card statements. So last month we actually paid off all of our credit cards, and it was like a large amount. And then we recently looked at our credit cards, and we're just like,
again,
how the frick did it end up being this amount? We've implemented like just leaving our credit cards at home, because it's so easy to just tap every time, rather than, because we look at our bank account on a daily basis, because we have to, right? We need to see the transactions that are coming in and out, and we don't want to see like more leaving our bank account. So we decided to leave our credit cards at home and just use our debit card for whatever we need, and it's helped a lot. Like, there are times when I'm just like, oh, I want to buy something, but I'm like, no, I don't want to see it on my statement, so I'm not gonna buy it.
Get angry, so I shouldn't.
Pretty much.
$12 on bubble tea? Jeez.
You're like, where's mine?
No.
Just set yourself up for success, really, right? So you want to also let your surroundings know, like the people around you know, like, hey, like I'm trying to save up and stuff like that, so they won't tempt you to like go eat, or you know, let's go here, go there, and then you got to spend more money. And if you know your friends know and they're still telling you, well, then are they really your friends?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. A few things that that we have found success in with being more money conscious is, again, leaving our credit cards at home. When we go grocery shopping, we do not bring a cart with us,
unless we actually have to, you know. Like, obviously, if we're gonna be going camping and stuff like that, I'm not just gonna use a shopping bag, not a cart.
What is that thing? Basket. A shopping basket.
Because usually when you enter the store, like, oh, I'm just gonna go buy eggs, and then you come out with like $100 worth of stuff. Like, what the heck is going on? You know? Yeah, like I'm only there for eggs, and then she's like, oh, we need this. Oh, hey, this would taste good. Oh, this one too. And then I'm just like, oh my god.
Yeah,
I should have just left you home.
That's another thing to say, be money conscious. Bring someone that's gonna tell you that you don't need things.
Yeah, pretty much.
But you feel like you need it.
No.
Because you're stressed and you need the chocolates.
You don't need it. You want it.
I got it. I want it. Do activities that are free. Like we've been doing a lot of free activities nowadays.
Yeah, like stare at each other at home. You know, that's one of our favorite free activity.
Activities meaning like hiking or you know, going by the river, going boating, going to the park. Like we're summer, you can do free things that are fun.
But when it's winter time, you're done. That's
you can do stuff, arts and craft.
Arts and craft, yeah.
I don't know what we're gonna do in the winter.
Yeah, look at each other at home.
Tobogganing.
Yeah, tobogganing.
Ice skating.
Yeah.
What?
Snow angels in your front yard. Yeah, which is good for like a minute, and then after that you have the rest of the day to figure out what you want to do in your life.
Like just making your own food rather than going out. Actually, before I thought that, like, you know, when I would spend time with my friends, that we would have to go to dinner or lunch every time. And lately I've just been going for coffee, like at Starbucks, and my tea is like $2. Or, you know, like I buy tea and then we go walk around the mall, and then I just window shop and like look at all the things that I wish I could buy, but like I have a goal in mind.
Yeah, but you can buy them, but you know, that's where the discipline comes in, right?
That's true.
Like we can easily drop like 5 G's or something like that, but it's not very smart.
But yeah, once you have a goal, like you're definitely going to be more disciplined. There's a lot of tracking apps nowadays, like in your bank, account. Set yourself up for success, guys. Like, do what you need to do, sacrifice what you need to sacrifice in order to get to your goals, whether it's like paying your debt down, whether it's to save to buy a house, whether it's to save and have your emergency funds and pay off all your credit cards, you know, like just have that discipline and that goal.
And your why too, right? Like that's definitely important too. Like, okay, like why do I need to save up for all this money? And even if it's for like something small, it doesn't even have to be like something like massive. Like you're not gonna save your way to $1 million. You know, like you gotta make more money to achieve that. But if your goal is to, like, I don't know, go on vacation next year, then that's something that you can do by following what we just said, right? So those things are attainable. Like, don't just think that what we're saying is for like the big things, even if it's just small things.
Right? Not just for big things, it's also for small things. And it'll reduce a lot of stress in your life for sure, guys. Like a lot of problems in this world is money problems.
And at the end of the day, like, money's it's just a means. It's not the end. It's not the end goal, you know. Like,
you can't help people if you don't help yourself, right? Like, it's not to, like, this is not for us to say, like, you know, money is like a number one thing. Yes, it's not everything, but it is, definitely a tool to do things and to help other people, to help your family, to help yourself, right? So you can do all of that. Like we said, you can save your money and budget and everything, or
just
you can make more money.
Pretty much, right?
The thing is, like, no matter how much people say that money is not, like, it's not the most important thing in the world, if it wasn't, like, then you wouldn't be going to your jobs every day. No, you need to do things for yourself. And we're not here to say, like, you know, you need to do this. It's up to you. Right? It's up to you to, in your goals and your vision and what you want in your life. You know, and it's okay. True. It's okay to admit that you have a money problem.
Like, people that are millionaires, they still have money problems.
Exactly.
You know? Like, more money, more problems, really.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, so that is the end of our video of how to be more money conscious. We're not like experts about like having money. We're still learning. We hope that whatever we said to you guys today added some sort of value to you guys. And if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to
comment, like, and subscribe.
Yeah. See you guys next time.
See
Bye.
ya.